Okay. So if you have a yoga strap, we're going to put it together and loop it so you have a nice big loop. And if you're just using a belt or something else, then don't worry, you don't have to have it put together, but just put it to the side. We don't need it yet. And we've had a request for, well, the usual, which is low back and IT band and hips, and then a little extra work on the shoulders. So hopefully by the end of the hour, everybody will be feeling much better. So let's start laying down on your back. Have your strap where you can reach it. And just take a few moments to settle down and settle in to your practice. So as the body comes onto your mat and comes into a familiar place, your nervous system will start to relax just based on bringing the body back into this familiar position. So coming onto the back, eyes are closed, breathing deep. I find it gets easier and easier to settle into my practice the more that I practice. But just taking the time to check in with yourself, with your body, see how you're feeling today. Notice which areas of the body might be feeling a little extra tight or tense. Lots of people seem to carry tension in either the shoulders, the hips, or the low back. So taking the time in every practice to bring your awareness to those areas as well as any other areas in the body that you feel might need a little extra attention. So as you breathe deeply, you're breathing in through the nose and out of the mouth from the throat. Relaxing the muscles in the face, around the eyes, relaxing the jaw. Feel the nice rise and fall of the chest and belly as you breathe. And then just try to keep your mind focused on your practice. So just being in the moment, focusing on the body, the breath, and a quiet mind. Just letting go of any stressful thoughts or worries, even just for the next hour or so. So from here, let's gently draw the knees into the chest. We'll sway left to right, so just rocking through the legs so that you can massage the back along the floor. We'll make some circles with the knees, moving in one direction and then the other. And then we'll take the feet up towards the ceiling, soft knees. We'll flex the feet and point the feet, start to make some circles with the ankles in one direction, then the other. And then we'll take the arms up overhead so the tops of the hands are reaching for the floor behind you. So notice here where you might be feeling their tightness. So for me, I feel super tight right between my shoulder blades. I think it's because I sleep on my side. I'm not sure, but I wake up with a really tight upper back. So just breathe through there. If you're feeling tight in the shoulders, maybe between the ears and the shoulders, like where the neck is, just pull the shoulders down. You can have soft elbows. we'll take a deep breath in, maybe reach the legs a little higher, maybe reach the arms a little bit straighter, and then as you exhale, hug the knees into the chest. Let's take 3 breaths like that, moving the body with the breath. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift, and exhale, hug the knees in. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift, exhale, hug the knees in. One more time, just like that. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift, and exhale, hug the knees into the chest. We're going to take both feet down to the floor. The feet are mat width apart. Arms will reach away from each other, and then just a gentle sway left to right with the knees. So the knees just go gently to the left and gently to the right. They don't have to go too far. You're just starting to release the low back a little bit. Getting a little bit of movement into the hips and the tops of the thighs. And then we'll come back to center, feet get a little bit closer together, about hip width apart. We're going to reach for the strap. If you have a yoga strap, you're going to take the loop behind your head and at your upper back, and then we'll place the foot into the strap. Arms go through. If you're just using a belt or a dog leash or something else, just place it around your foot and you can hold on to either side. So we're going to let the left leg go straight. Try to get into the left hip flexor a little bit. So you can start off with a soft knee, have a big loop here. Just let the leg be elevated, blood flowing down. Start to feel what you feel in your low back. And then you can start to maybe push your foot into the strap. Maybe the back of the leg goes a little straighter. Maybe you tighten your strap a little bit, noticing how the position of the leg will change. If you have a yoga strap and it's on your back, then you can relax your arms and hands and shoulders. So just pause here and breathe, lengthening through the back of the right leg. So just opening up the hamstring, allowing the blood and the lymphatic fluid, the lymph fluid to flow down the leg. Eyes are closed, breath just flows with ease. Take one more full breath in here, and then as you exhale, we're going to soften the right knee. Let the right leg reach over to the right. Doesn't have to go too far. And then just gently push that right foot into the strap. Maybe your hand comes onto your left hip to remind it to stay down. And just breathe through here. We're just opening up the inner thigh, the outer hip, as well as the back of the hamstring still. Just taking a few nice deep breaths. Relaxing through the neck, let the shoulders stay down away from the ears. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, soft knee, come back to center. Let the leg go over to the left. Right hand can come onto your right hip. So I like to push the hip away from the body. So you're actually taking your hip and thigh and drawing it away from you. So you have a little bit more space to open. Then when the leg is reaching over, maybe it goes a little straighter. Maybe you tilt the toes down a little bit. Try to keep your right shoulder down, using the right side of your rib cage into the strap to stay grounded here. And then breathe with ease. ease. It's not easy to breathe in this IT band stretch. So just breathe through, lengthening through the whole outside of the leg and able to breathe. Again, feeling the whole thigh and hip moving away from the bottom of your rib cage. Lengthening through the low back and the spine. Take a deep, full breath in. And then as you exhale, let's soften the knee, come back to center. We're going to take the right foot out and just hug the right knee into the chest. You can point and flex your right foot. Make some circles with that foot. And then from here, we're going to go into a deep hip opener. You can either hold on to the back of your knee, take the right knee wide, and then just start to lift your right foot. So you can stay here, or you can hold on to the outside of your right foot with your right hand. So you're holding on to the pinky side of your right foot. If this feels too deep, you can always lift the left leg and bend the left knee with the left foot on the floor. But keeping the left leg straight will help open up the left hip flexor as well as the right hip joint. And then you can just gently sway left to right with that foot. Coming over to the left and then back to where you were. Just pausing here. Kind of massaging your hip joint. Keeping the low back down on the floor. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, let's release the foot. Let the leg go straight. Reach the arms up overhead. Take a full breath in. And a full breath out. And then here we're going to slide the left heel along the floor as you draw the left knee into the chest. And we'll take the left foot into the strap. So the left foot comes in. You might need to adjust your strap if it's moved at all. The right leg can stay straight. You can keep the left knee bent, or you can start to straighten the left leg. Try to relax the shoulders, down away from the ears, and just let the chest and belly rise and fall as you breathe. So thinking about the left thigh, you can even take your left hand on the top of it and gently press it forward, just to give the low back a little bit more space as you release the hamstring. This is also really good for circulation. Relaxing through the face and shoulders. Take a nice full deep breath in. As you exhale, let's soften the left knee. Let the left leg reach over to the left. Then you can start to push the left leg a little straighter. Breathing deeply here. Letting the right hand guide the right hip down. Keep the right shoulder down. Just opening gently through the inside of the left thigh and the outside. Taking a nice full deep breath in. And then as you exhale, let's bring the left leg back to center. A nice soft left knee. And then the left leg reaches over to the right. Take your left hand on your left hip, your left thigh, and just push gently on the thigh forward. So you feel a little bit more open in the low back on the left side, maybe through the rib cage. Breathe deeply and then try to lengthen that left leg, the whole outside of the left leg. The left foot reaches diagonally over to the right. Try to keep the left shoulder down and then just breathe with ease here. Nice, soft muscles in the face. And just pausing here to breathe. Maybe you tighten your strap a little bit to go a little deeper. You don't have to. Giving the body time to soften and relax. Take a nice deep breath in, and then as you exhale, soften the knee, come back to center. We'll let the strap go, left knee is into the chest. Move the left foot around a little bit, circles, just kick it around. And then we're gonna take the left knee wide over to the left. You can just hold on underneath the knee and start to lift your foot with a flexed foot. Or maybe you hold on to the ankle. Or if you can take your left hand and hold on to the pinky side of your left foot, you're just gonna start to bend your left knee down. So you're bending your left elbow, the left knee is coming down towards the left side of the body. And then just pause here, nice flexed foot, looking at the ceiling. Try to keep the right hip down so that you can open up through the hip flexor. Pausing here, allowing the body to let go of any tightness or tension in the hip. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, let's gently release. Let that left leg go straight along the floor, arms reach up and back. Just pause here, full body stretch, take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, we'll bring both feet to the floor with bent knees. Inhale, draw the knees in and feet lift. And exhale, hug the knees into the chest. So the next pose we're coming into is seated. So you can either rock left to right and roll over to one side and press yourself up. Or you can cross your ankles and rock front to back a few times and then rock yourself up to sit. Okay, so a couple options for seated. If you need a little, we're gonna use our strap, so have your strap handy. If you need a little extra support, you can sit up on something like a blanket or a folded towel or a cushion. So this is kind of the middle pose here. You can sit with the legs crossed. If you need more support and you want to ease off a little bit, then you can take the soles of the feet together. If you want to go a little deeper, you're going to take your left leg, cross it over so that your left knee is stacked on top of the right knee. So that just gets a little bit deeper into the hips. So you can either do cross-legged, soles of the feet together, or your left knee is on the top. So we're going to take the strap. We're going to take the strap into your right hand, and you're going to reach your right hand up towards the ceiling. And we're going to open the left hand out to the side. You're going to bend your right elbow so that the strap comes down at your mid-back. You're going to take your left hand, reach it behind you for that strap. You're going to lean your head back a little bit, draw your belly in, reach that right elbow up, and then creep your left hand up that strap. So you should be feeling the front of your left shoulder, maybe the space between your shoulder blades. Try to draw both shoulders down away from the ears. If you would like to go a little deeper, you can start to hinge forward. You'll start to feel this in your hips and shoulders. So just go as far as you feel that you can. You can always ease back out and then try to hinge forward a little bit. So just breathe. Nothing is forced. This is a very deep pose. So don't worry if you're not going too far forward. Don't worry if your hands are far apart from each other. That's why we're using the strap. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, come on up. Release the arms. Wiggle out the shoulders. Release the legs. Shake them out a little bit. Let the blood flow through the legs, to the arms, shoulders. And then we'll switch sides. So again, soles of the feet, cross-legged, or you'll take your right knee and stack it on top of the left knee. Pinky sides of the feet are down on the floor. One hip might be tighter than the other. This side is super tight for me. So just trying to maybe put your blanket stuffed under your hips a little bit more gives you a little bit more support. So your right knee is on the top. You're going to take the strap in your left hand. Left hand reaches up towards the ceiling. Right hand reaches out to the side. You're going to bend your left elbow. Take your right hand, reach it back behind you, and you're reaching for the strap. So trying not to let your head drop forward. So lean back a little bit. Let your head ease into whatever part of the arm that it's touching. Relax both shoulders down, reaching the elbows away from each other. You can stay right here and breathe. Relax the shoulders. And then you can hinge forward if you'd like. Don't feel like you have to. Might feel too deep. If you're hinging forward, you're still reaching the crown of the head away from your tailbone. Elbows reaching away from each other. A nice lengthened spine. Shoulders are trying to relax and release tension. Relax the space between the shoulder blades. You might be feeling some tightness in the hips. Just breathe through. Take a nice full deep breath in, and then as you exhale, ease yourself up. Undo the arms, let go of the strap, undo the legs, let the legs come out in front, shake them out a little bit. And then here we'll bring the soles of the feet together. Hands are going to come onto your shins, and we're just going to move the spine with your breath. So as you inhale, lift the chin, push the chest forward, relax the shoulders. And then as you exhale, tuck the chin, round the back, pull the belly in, drop the chin. Inhale, lift, open through the front of the body. And then exhale, pull back, tuck the chin, open up the space between the shoulder blades, pull the belly in. One more time like that. Inhale, come up, lengthen. And exhale, pull back, round. We're going to come back to center, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge forward, and then just hold on to your feet and let your head hang heavy. So you have a nice big diamond here. You're not trying to draw your heels way into your seat. This will open up the outer hips as well. So just trying to keep the diamond big. Just relax the head and shoulders. If you would like to get a little bit deeper into the upper back and shoulders, you can take your hands underneath your legs, so underneath your calves, Hands will creep forward a little bit. Hands are down on the floor. You're going to press down with the legs. You're going to lift up with the arms. So a big resistance there between the legs and the arms. And then dropping the head heavy and then pull back. So you're taking your spine and trying to reach it back. You're taking your belly, pulling it back. Again, the more you press down with the legs and pull up with the arms, you get deeper into the shoulders, the space between the shoulder blades. Really feel that open and relax through the neck. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, relax, let the legs go. Gently take the arms out. Bring yourself back up. We'll let the legs go straight in front. Shake them out a little bit. And then we're going to transition onto hands and knees. So you can move your strap out of the way. If you need any extra support, you can put your blanket or a cushion underneath the knees. We're going to start off here with the knees wide, big toes touch, hips sink down towards your heels, elbows, forearms, and hands on the floor. Drop the head down. So the forehead is down, touching the mat, touching the floor. You can let the hips just kind of sway left to right a little bit. Releasing either side of the spine and the low back. If you would like to get a little deeper into the shoulders, you can creep your palms forward and lift the elbows and lower half of the arms off the floor. Palms can stay down. And then if you'd like to even go a little deeper, you can tent your hands so that your pads of the fingers are on the floor, but your palms and upper arms and elbows are lifted. Forehead grounds down, shoulders pull back. Try to lengthen the spine from the neck to the tailbone. Let the forehead ground down to release tension in the back of the neck. Try not to let your shoulders creep up by your ears. Pull them down. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, we'll relax the arms. Hands come onto the floor and just make your way up. So you're going to come up onto hands and knees. Wrists are going to be underneath your shoulders. Knees are going to be underneath your hips. Let's take 3 breaths together here, just moving the spine forward and backward, curling the toes under. Take a breath in as you drop your belly and lift the chin. Relax the elbows and shoulders. And then exhale, tuck the chin, push the floor down, round to the back, tops of the feet press down. Inhale, curl the toes under, drop the belly, soft elbows and shoulders, looking forward. Exhale, tuck and round. One more time, just like that. Inhale, drop the belly and lift. And exhale, tuck and round. So we're going to come to neutral spine here. And we're going to step your right foot forward up between your hands. So you're coming here into a low lunge. So let's get the right foot ready first. So the right ankle is underneath the right knee. If you have access to blocks or stacked books or something that you could put your hands on to make it a little bit easier, you can. Otherwise, maybe you just tent your fingers so that you can get a little more support here and a little length in the arms. We're going to curl the left toes under and lift the left knee. If that's too much, then just let the knee stay down. We're going to lift the left knee. Notice that my feet are hip width apart. So having the feet stay hip width apart will help open up the low back. Let's build some strength in the legs here. So maybe you come up onto just one finger is on the floor supporting you. Maybe you take your hands off the floor and they just hover here. Try to stay super strong in the legs. Try to pull your belly in and up. So just strong legs, strong thighs, strong muscles around the hip joint and your right knee joint. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, take your hands down. We're going to drop the left knee. Top of the left foot is going to relax. Left hand stays on the floor. Your right toes are going to turn to 2 o'clock. Your right hand is going to rest on your right knee as you gently roll the right knee open. Left hip drops down. Start to turn your belly, rib cage, and chest to the right and pull your right shoulder back. You can stay right here. If you're feeling like you want to get a little fancy, you can bend your left knee and reach your right hand back for your left foot. Don't feel like you have to. You can just maybe reach your right hand back and keep your left foot down. Sink low in the hips. Relax the shoulders. Keep that right shoulder open. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, let's bring the right hand back. You're going to frame your front foot. We're going to walk the hands back. Let your right leg go straighter. Pull your hips back. You can keep the foot pointed or flexed, or maybe you point and flex. So just keep that right leg straight. Maybe you're just rocking back and forth a little bit. Feels good to push the toes down and then lift them. Just a gentle rocking front to back. And then we're just going to pull the right foot back. It's going to land right underneath your right knee. Both hands are going to walk forward about a foot in front of your right foot. We're going to curl the left toes under. Lift the left knee, lift the left foot. So you can just stay right here, building some strength again in that right leg. Maybe it's getting a little tired, that's okay. We're working the muscles, and now we're working on bone strength, bone density here by weight bearing on this right leg. You can stay right here. If you would like to add on, your left hand is on the floor. Your right hand reaches up towards the ceiling as you turn your belly, chest, and rib cage to the right. Try to relax both shoulders and breathe. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, take your right hand down. Left ankle comes behind your right ankle. You're standing in a forward bend. Right ankle is crossed over the left ankle. You can stay here. Your hands can be on the floor. They can be on blocks. If you would like to add a shoulder stretch, you can take your hands, interlace them behind your back, and reach the knuckles up and back. Breathing here. This is really good for the low back, opening up the space around your sciatic nerve. You're opening up the IT band, you're creating space in the low back, and you're releasing the shoulders. Breathe deeply and with ease. Take a nice full deep breath in And then we'll exhale, release the arms, uncross the legs, step one foot back, drop the knee, other foot back, drop the knee. I'm going to bring my knees together, big toes touch, hips are going to sink down onto the heels, backs of the hands can rest at your ankles, forehead down. Let your shoulders completely relax so they will feel slouched forward and down. Completely let them go. Feel free to rock left to right. So that's rolling through the hips, letting the forehead roll along the mat. And just take a few quiet moments here to reconnect. Eyes are closed, check in. Quiet mind, clear thoughts, easy breath. Take one more full breath in, and then as you exhale, let's make our way back up onto hands and knees. Knees are going to go hip width apart, tops of the feet down, wrists underneath your shoulders. 3 easy breaths here. As you inhale, curl the toes under, drop the belly, lift the chin. This is not that deep, so try not to drop the belly too much here. As you exhale, tuck and round. Inhale. And exhale. Moving the body gently with the breath. Inhale. And exhale. From here, the left foot is going to step forward, up between your hands. Again, using blocks, if you have them, maybe even a stack of books or a step stool. Otherwise, you can just have your fingertips tented and the left knee is going to go right over the left ankle. You can keep the right knee down if you need extra support. Otherwise, we're going to curl the right toes under and lift the right knee. Feet are hip width apart. Try to feel your feet moving away from each other, but your hips pulling into each other. So your inner thighs and your hips are pulling in, but you're pushing back with your right heel and down with the left heel. If you want to get a little bit stronger and take the weight off of the hands, you can just let the hands go. They can just hang down, hang out, relax the shoulders, try to draw the belly off of the thigh. Breathe here, keep open in the chest, crown of the head is forward, tailbone is back, legs are super strong. Take a deep breath in, and then when you're ready, the right hand comes down, right knee comes down. Relax the right foot. We're going to take your left toes, turn them to 10 o'clock. Roll to the pinky side of your left foot. Here, your left hand can just gently relax on the left knee. Feel your left shoulder peel back as you open up through the chest and the rib cage here. You can stay right here. You can bend your right knee and reach your left hand back for that foot if you want to. Maybe you keep the foot down and you just reach your hand straight back. Maybe you come down onto your right forearm. I didn't offer this before, but you can if you want to. It's really getting extra deep, so just feel where you can be here. So whichever pose you're in, you're breathing. Take a nice full deep breath in, and then as you exhale, let's come on up. Left foot is going to face forward. Hands will walk back. Let the left leg just go straighter and just kind of rock front to back a little bit. So you can lift the toes, drop the toes. Lift the toes, drop the toes. Just back and forth a little bit here. Getting the hip to come back to being centered and facing forward. And then we're going to drag that left foot back. Both hands will walk about a foot in front of the left foot. Curl the right toes under, lift the right knee, push off with the right foot. So you can stay right here, working on strength in the left leg, building bone density. Or you can flex your right foot a lot, keep your right hand down, and reach your left hand up towards the ceiling, starting to open through the belly, rib cage, and chest. So just see where you want to be here. Belly is in strong, shoulders are relaxed. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, let's let that right foot come behind the left. So now your left ankle is crossed in front of the right. You can keep your hands down, move around a little bit, whatever feels good here. You can take your hands behind your back, interlace them. You can just leave them back there, or you can reach them up and overhead. So just pausing and breathing. We'll take one more full breath in here. And then as you exhale, let the arms come down, uncross the feet. Let your hands slowly and gently walk up your legs to come up to stand. So take your time to come up. I'm going to adjust my camera slightly so that you can see my head. Let's see if that's okay. Okay, good. So just standing for a moment, feet are about hip width apart. Let's take 3 breaths. Inhale, arms reach out and up. And exhale, arms come down. Inhale again, arms reach out and up. And exhale, arms come out and down. One more time. Inhale, arms reach out and up. And exhale, reach out and down. Okay, so we're going to come into tree pose. We've spent a lot of time kind of on the legs here, so just getting them a little bit more tired. Finding some balance. The hip should be open and the muscles should be engaged and warmed up. So we're going to start with the right foot down. So you're going to lift the toes. Press down with the balls of the toes, spread the toes open, and then lower. So see if you can see mat in between each toe, just keeping the toes relaxed. We're going to let the left knee open to the side. Hands can come to your heart center. And then we're going to find a place along the standing leg for your left foot, not on the ankle joint and not on the knee joint. So either at the calf or at your inner thigh. So just pick what works for you. Hands can be at your heart center. You can take the hands out to the side, or you can reach them up and relaxed. It helps to pick something to look at in front of you that's not moving. And then just breathe here. Pull the belly in. Relax the shoulders. Finding your balance. If you want to challenge yourself, you can look up towards the ceiling. And if you really want to challenge yourself, you can try to close the eyes. And then when you're ready, we're going to come out just as slowly as we went in. So let's bring the palms together in front of the heart center. And we'll drop the left foot. Let's shake out the right. And then we'll switch sides. So the left foot comes down, lift the toes, spread the toes, and then let them come down. The right knee is going to open. Find your balance. Hands can come to the heart. And then you can place that foot. If your balance is off, keep the toes down. That's fine. Or you can place the foot either at the calf or the inner thigh. Keep your breath just flowing with ease. You can take the arms up overhead. Relax the shoulders. And then again, if you would like to change your gaze to look up, you can. Just challenges your balance a little bit. And you can try to close your eyes if you want to. Again, you don't have to. And then we'll take the palms together in front of the heart. Let your right foot come down. Okay, I'm going to stand sideways here. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up overhead. As you exhale, you're going to fold forward. So I'm just going to adjust the camera back to where it was so you can see my feet again. Okay. And you're folded forward here. You can have soft knees. We're going to flip the hands and take your hands underneath your feet so that you're stepping on your palms and your toes are at your wrist crease. Feet are hip width apart. Head hangs. And then you're just going to try to pull your upper back up towards the ceiling. Maybe you're feeling your legs go a little straighter, but they don't have to. You're pushing your feet down into your hands. You're relaxing the shoulders away from the ears, and you're opening up the space between your shoulder blades. Let the head hang heavy, and just pause here. This is so good for your shoulders and your upper back and the space between your shoulder blades. Breathe deeply into the back. Feel the back lift and expand as you breathe in. Completely relax as you breathe out. Let's bend the knees. Take the hands out. We're going to take both knees down one at a time. Pivot both feet to the right. Roll down onto your left hip. We're going to swing the feet around to the front. Feet are down on the floor. Knees are bent. Hands come underneath the knees. Lift nice and tall in the spine and lean back and see if you can lift the feet. So just leaning back, lifting the feet. Try to keep the shins parallel to the floor. Your toenails don't go any higher than your eyes. Try not to round at all. You're lifting through the chest, even a little higher. Maybe your hands let go. Maybe they reach up a little bit more. Maybe they go wider. Chest lifts. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, slowly hold on underneath the knees and roll back. Rock left to right a little bit. We're going to take the feet down to the floor, knees are bent, heels drawing in towards your seat, palms down by your sides. And we're going to take a few moving bridges together, moving with breath. So as you inhale, arms reach up, hips lift, hands are reaching for the floor behind you, hips and tops of the thighs are reaching for the ceiling. And then exhale, arms come down, hips come down. So a few of those on your own. Inhaling, let the arms reach up and back. Hips reach up towards the ceiling, lengthen through the tops of the thighs and the spine. Exhale, the arms and hips come down. A few more breaths, just like that. Inhaling to float up. Exhaling to float down. And you can take one or two more rounds of breath, just moving with ease, letting go of any last bit of tightness and tension in the shoulders, hips, and low back. And then at the bottom of your next exhale, we'll pause. We'll gently hug both knees into the chest. Sway left to right a little bit. We'll take the feet down to the floor. Feet are going to be about hip width apart, arms reach away from each other. Let's let the legs both drop over to the right. Look over your left shoulder. One more breath here. Let's bring the legs to center. Let them drop over to the left. Head turns over to the right. 3 breaths. Back to center with the legs, and we'll find Shavasana. So you can either just let the arms come by your sides, you can keep the knees bent, maybe let the knees touch. You can let the legs go straight along the floor. You can place a pillow or a cushion underneath the knees. Just find a comfortable pose and position to be relaxed and still and quiet just for the last few moments of your practice. Shavasana is so beneficial at the end of a practice to let all of the systems just flow through the body with ease. Let the breath return to normal. Let all of the energy that you've moved around just kind of settle. I know sometimes at home it's hard to be still in Shavasana when all of a sudden maybe your to-do list starts to come back. But just take these last few moments to let your practice settle in deep. And just slowly allow your breath to get a little bit deeper. You can gently roll the back of the head left to right. You can bring some small movements into the fingers and toes. And then when you're ready, moving the body slowly and gently, we'll transition out of Shavasana and we'll all meet together seated with the eyes closed. So just take a moment. Once you're there, take your time to get there, and then once you're seated, just let the eyes be closed, the palms come together in front of your heart center, and just take a moment to honor your practice and honor each other. Namaste.